fur. Have you ever heard of the Verónica's case? It's a story so chilling, so unsettling, that it became the only time in Spanish history that a police report officially documented paranormal activity. This isn't just another ghost story. This is a real-life horror that unfolded in a quiet Madrid neighborhood. P.O. Let's travel back to 1991 and meet Estefanía Gutiérrez Lázaro, a teenage girl living a normal life until one fateful day at school changed everything. It all started with a simple, yet forbidden act, a Ouija board session. Estefanía and two friends decided to try and contact the recently deceased boyfriend of one of the girls. Billions in the school's bathroom. They began their séance, but just as they started, a teacher burst in, interrupting them. In a moment of panic, the teacher shattered the board. As the glass planchette broke, a strange puff of smoke reportedly came out and was inhaled by Estefanía Gutiérrez. From that moment on, her life and the lives of her family spiraled into a waking nightmare. In the days and weeks that followed, Estefanía began to change. She started suffering from terrifying hallucinations and seizures. She would tell her parents about shadowy figures that tormented her at night, whispering to her from the corners of her room. Her personality shifted dramatically. The once happy teenager became withdrawn, aggressive, and prone to violent outbursts, even growling and barking like an animal. Her parents, desperate for answers, took her to countless doctors. They ran every test imaginable, but every result came back normal. The medical community had no explanation for her deteriorating condition. The phenomena in the Gutiérrez family home escalated alongside Estefanía's suffering. Doors would slam shut on their own, objects would fly across rooms, and strange disembodied voices echoed through the hallways. The family reported seeing a tall, dark figure lurking in the shadows, a presence they believed was attached to their daughter. Estefanía's terror was constant. She was convinced something evil had followed her from that broken Ouija board, and it was slowly consuming her. Then, the unthinkable happened. Just a few months after the séance, in the summer of 1991, Estefanía was found dead in her bed. The official autopsy listed her cause of death as sudden and suspicious death, citing cardiopulmonary arrest. But for her family, the answer was clear. The entity she feared had finally taken her. But Estefanía's death was not the end of the story. In fact, it was just the beginning of the most terrifying chapter for the Gutiérrez family. After her passing, the paranormal activity in the apartment intensified to an unbearable degree. The family was tormented day and night. The most horrifying event was a photograph of Estefanía that hung on the wall. One day, it spontaneously burst into flames, but strangely, only her face was burned away, while the frame and the glass remained completely untouched. The family would hear Estefanía's screams echoing from her empty room. They reported being pushed by unseen hands and seeing ghostly apparitions. The dark figure was seen more frequently, a menacing presence that seemed to relish in their fear. Living in constant terror, the Gutiérrez family finally reached their breaking point over a year after Estefanía's death. On the night of November 27, 1992, they fled their home in panic and called the police. What the police witnessed that night would go down in history. Inspector José Pedro Negri and his team arrived at the apartment expecting a routine domestic disturbance call. Instead, they walked into a scene of pure chaos. The family was huddled outside, refusing to re-enter. Inside, the officers were met with a bone-chilling cold. Despite it being a mild night, they heard a deafening bang from the balcony, where they found a closed closet door had been violently swung open. Nothing was there to explain it. As they documented the scene, a large heavy crucifix was ripped from the wall and thrown to the floor. A strange, brown, slimy substance appeared on a cabinet. But the most terrifying moment came when they entered Estefanía's former bedroom. Inspector Negri reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. A heavy armoire door flew open, hitting one of the officers with incredible force. The officers were so shaken by what they witnessed that Inspector Negri included every single detail in his official police report. He wrote, and I quote from the translated report, that they had witnessed a situation of mystery and rarity. This was unprecedented. A senior police officer, on official record, acknowledging phenomena that defied any logical or rational explanation. This report is the bedrock of the Verónica's case, transforming it from family testimony into a documented paranormal event. So, what really happened in that apartment on Calle Luis Marin? Was it a case of mass hysteria, a family grieving, a tragic loss? Or did something truly supernatural latch on to Estefanía during that fateful Ouija session? Skeptics have tried to debunk the case for years. Some suggest the smoke was just chalk dust, and Estefanía's seizures were due to undiagnosed epilepsy. They claim the family fabricated the haunting out of grief. But these theories can't fully explain the physical evidence witnessed by the police. The flying objects, the slamming doors, the spontaneous combustion of the photograph. Years later, a Spanish paranormal investigation show revisited the case. They found that other residents in the building had also reported strange occurrences, suggesting the activity wasn't just confined to the Gutiérrez apartment. The Verónica case remains one of the most compelling and terrifying paranormal cases in modern history, largely because of that official police report. It forces us to question the boundaries of our reality. It was a teenage girls dabbling with a Ouija board enough to open a doorway to something sinister. The story of Estefanía Gutiérrez Lázaro serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved, and some doors are best left unopened. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the Verónica case. What do you think happened? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the unknown, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. Stay safe and stay curious.